everyone, in this video we will cover the current affairs. Before we move ahead, let me inform you that these questions are part of our daily 20 MCQ series in GK Today's Academy Android application. So if you are looking for the text version of these questions and their explanations along with the interactive quiz, you may consider joining our daily 20 MCQ series in Academy Android application. So in this app course you get daily 20 MCQs, a fortnightly quiz, a monthly revision document and also category wise revision ebooks which are optimized for reading on your mobile itself. Apart from it, you are also able to access all archives of questions from January 2020 onwards. Please check our Telegram channel. The link is given in the description box. You can subscribe to it if you find it relevant. For hard copy books, you can visit our website gktbooks.com. Okay. So now without wasting any further time, let's get started.
Good morning everyone. Welcome back to GK Today. And today we'll be discussing most important MCQs for 26th of October 2021. Starting with very first question. As of October 2021, who is the highest wicket taker in T20 international cricket? So the Bangladesh all-rounder Shakib Al Hasan became the highest wicket taker in T20 international cricket after he surpassed Malinga's tally of 107 wickets. And Shakib has taken 108 wickets from 89 T20 international games. Also, one more important thing about him is he is the only cricketer to have a double of 100 wickets and 1000 plus runs in this format. And the third cricketer in this list means first Malinga, second Shakib and third is Tim Southee and he is from New Zealand with total of 99 wickets. Okay. Then apart from it, fencer Bhavani Devi has recently won the women's individual sabre title at the Charleville national competition that was held in France. Also Bhavani Devi is important because she made history at the Tokyo Olympics by becoming the first Indian woman to compete in fencing at the Olympics. And currently she has been ranked at 50th in the world. Okay. Now in the previous lecture we have seen that Pragnanandha has won Julius Baer Challenger chess tournament and he has defeated Christopher Yu who belong to America. So now with this he has got the right to play with an elite set of chess champions at the Multi-Water Championship tournament in the year 2022. Apart from all these things, recently India has won SAFF football championship that was held in Male and India has defeated the country Nepal in this particular event. Also a few days back, Lewis Hamilton has become the first ever F1 driver who reached to his 100 wins after finishing at first in the Russian Grand Prix, and he is a 7-time world champion and he overtook the long-time race leader Lando Norris. Now can you tell me the Ostrava Open that was recently held in Czech Republic, who were the winners in women's doubles title? Please write in the comments. Question number 2. Nechifu Tunnel, which was seen in the news recently, is located in which state? So the Border Road Organization is constructing a 500-meter tunnel near Nechifu Pass in Arunachal Pradesh. That's why it was in news. And now it aims to cut down the travel time for the vehicles going towards the forward base near China border. So primarily it aims to bring down the time taken by the military vehicles by 6 kilometers and 20 minutes. So this Nechifu tunnel is being constructed at an altitude of 5,600 feet under project Vartak of BRO. Now also few days back, Sela tunnel was in news and it also belonged to Arunachal Pradesh. Actually it is expected to be the world's largest bi-lane tunnel at an altitude of more than 13,000 feet and the construction is again being undertaken by Border Road Organization. So basically the construction of this particular tunnel is expected to be over by June 2022 and this will cut down the distance to the China border through Arunachal Pradesh by nearly 10 kilometers. Now apart from it, the second largest monastery of Tibetan Buddhism was in news because recently India had strongly rejected the China's objection to a recent visit to Arunachal Pradesh by Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu. And this monastery is also located in Tawang district of Arunachal Pradesh. Okay. Question number 3. Which institution launched a geospatial energy map of India? So the government think tank Niti Aayog has recently launched the geospatial energy map of the country, and it captures data on all resources of energy in a comprehensive manner. And as per the Niti Aayog, the energy maps available in the country were fragmented and scattered across multiple departments or ministries. So this data can now be used by policymakers, investors, environmentalists, then financial institutions and disaster management authorities. Okay. Now talking about Niti Aayog, few days back it has tied up with Byju's to provide free education opportunities for the students in 112 aspirational districts in India. So this project will provide for the establishment of dedicated working group, which in turn should help in establishing a system of knowledge, innovation and strategic support. Okay. Also last month, Niti Aayog has partnered with Rocky Mountain Institute, which is US based, to launch Shunya campaign. What is this? It is actually an initiative to promote zero pollution delivery vehicles by working with consumers and industries. So the campaign aims to accelerate adoption of electric vehicles in the urban delivery segment and also to create consumer awareness about the benefits of zero pollution delivery. Okay. Also few days back it has launched a report named as Reforms in Urban Planning Capacity in India. So this presents a condensed outcome of extensive deliberations and consultations conducted over a period of 9 months in the domain of urban and regional planning. Fine. Question number 4. Which Indian state or union territory has launched Red Light on Gadi Off campaign? So the Delhi government is set to begin its Red Light on Gadi Off campaign, which aims to reduce pollution in the national capital. So this campaign urges the commuters to switch off the engines of their vehicles as soon as they stop at a red light, and this was first introduced by the government in last year, and this year the first phase of the campaign will run for a month till 18th of November. So basically it will take place in 2 shifts. First is from 8 AM to 2 PM and then 2 PM to 8 PM. Okay. Now also a few days back we have seen that the government of Delhi has launched an application recently named as My Parkings. So this will permit the people to book parking slots online in areas under the jurisdiction of South Delhi Municipal Corporation, and the app has been designed to provide information about the present number of parked vehicles and total free parking spaces availability, etc. Then in the previous lecture we have seen that as per the study conducted by Council on Energy, Environment and Water, Delhi and Tamil Nadu are top in electric cooking because 17% of total households in Delhi and Tamil Nadu are using some form of electric cooking means. Fine. Then also we have seen that as per the civic report on vector-borne diseases, New Delhi has recorded more than 720 dengue cases and first death in this season. Okay. Now you have to tell me green war room and green application. These two things are associated with which Indian state or union territory? Please write in the comments. Question number 5. Which company recently launched a new server chip that is based on advanced 5 nanometer technology in China? So Alibaba Group Holding Limited unveiled a new server chip that is based on advanced 5 nanometer technology, and this new chip is based on micro architecture that is provided by the SoftBank Group Corporation, owned ARM Limited. And this chip has been named as Gitian 710, and this is the third semiconductor introduced by Alibaba since 2019, following an artificial intelligence chip as well as a chip used for Internet of Things. Already we know that China has been inviting the companies to build a homegrown semiconductor industry and to achieve self-sufficiency. So correct answer is option number B. Now apart from it, the naval forces of China and Russia have recently commenced the Naval Interaction 2021 joint military exercise, which basically aims to enhance their capability and skills to joint deal with maritime security threats. Also recently, China has launched a 3-person crew for a mission of 6 months on board the Shenzhou 13 spaceship to its space station on 16th of October. And the crew is planned to set up a new record for the time spent in space by the Chinese astronauts. Okay. Also during the key United Nations Biodiversity Summit, China government has committed and pledged a sum of $233 million into a fund to protect biodiversity in the developing countries. Question number 6. Ministry of Culture is organizing the Abhidhamma Day along with which state? So the Union Ministry of Culture, International Buddhist Confederation in association with Government of Uttar Pradesh is organizing the Abhidhamma Day on the auspicious occasion of Ashwin Purnima. Also, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is taking part in an event that marks the Abhidhamma Day at Mahaparinirvana Temple. Also, eminent monks from Sri Lanka, Thailand, Myanmar, South Korea, Nepal, Bhutan, Cambodia, and ambassadors of several nations will take part in this particular occasion. Okay, correct answer is option number D. Now apart from it, recently Government of India has proposed to set up Vishwakarma Vatikas at Hunar Haat, that is talent fair in the state of Uttar Pradesh, and this will aim to showcase traditional skills and craftsmanship of artisans there. Okay. Also, the UP government has directed all the state secondary schools to set up Arogya Vatikas on their school premises. So as per the state government, it will help conserve the environment as well as boost the immunity and well-being of students. Further, it states that all the students should be made aware of the medicinal value of these plants as well. Okay. Then UP government has also named actor Kangana Ranaut as the brand ambassador of its ambitious One District, One Product scheme. Can you tell me who is the brand ambassador for Adidas Stay in Play campaign? Please write in the comments. Now question number 7. What is the rank of India in the 2021 Mercer CFS Global Pension Index Survey? So India has been ranked at 40th out of 43 pension systems across the world in the 2021 Mercer CFS Global Pension Index Survey. Last year in 2020, India was placed at 34th position out of 39 pension systems, and Iceland was ranked highest with an overall index value of 84.2, while Thailand was at lowest with value of 40.6. So this index actually analyzes the strength of retirement pension system around 3 sub-indexes. First is adequacy, second is sustainability, and third is integrity. Okay. Now apart from it, India has been ranked at 71 in the 10th edition of Global Food Security Index that was published recently, and also India is at 101 position in the Global Hunger Index. Fine. Now one more thing, few days back US has categorized India as a country of concern on climate in the assessment of American intelligence community in its report called as National Intelligence estimate on climate. So India is in this list along with 10 other countries, and which are these? Afghanistan, Haiti, Colombia, Myanmar, Pakistan, Iraq, then North Korea, Honduras, Guatemala and Nicaragua. Okay. Question number 8. Russia is set to host the Moscow Format 2021 of consultations on which country? So Russia is set to host the third meeting of the Moscow Format of consultations on the country Afghanistan, and India will be represented at joint secretary level at the meeting. So this Moscow Format was established in the year 2017 as a 6-party system comprising Russia, Afghanistan, Iraq, India, Iran, China and Pakistan. Then it was expanded with the inclusion of more countries, and its meetings were held in Moscow in the year 2017 and 2018. Also an interesting fact is, India and Taliban may have their first face-to-face meeting at this particular occasion. Now apart from it, India and Russia have recently signed a memorandum of understanding to collaborate in mining and steel sector. And especially this deal will focus on coking, and signing of this deal is part of India's National Steel Policy 2021, under which India aims to reach 300 metric ton steel production by the year 2030. Also there is this movie called The Challenge. It is important because it is the world's first movie to be shot in space, and it belonged to Russia. Question number 9. Which country plays host to the Guardian of the South 1 exercise? So this is Egypt-Sudan joint exercise, and it began recently at Egypt's Mohammed Naguib military base. And this exercise is being executed by Egyptian border guard force elements and Sudanese infantry elements trained on border security. So basically it includes lectures, practical exercises on achieving integration among forces, along with exhibition of arms and equipment. Okay. Now apart from it, Blue Flag exercise is a biennial defense exercise that involves Air Force missions from 8 countries. So as many as 85 Indian Air Force personnel are taking part in the exercise, along with 5 upgraded Mirage 2000 fighter aircrafts. Also US, UK, Germany, France, Italy, Greece and Israel are the other participating countries in this particular exercise. Now coming to last question, which country is using green Chireta herb as a medicine to treat asymptomatic and mild COVID? So people of Thailand are using capsules of this herbal medicine to treat asymptomatic and mild COVID. Actually in Thailand, this medicine is also called as King of Bitters, and it is very commonly used medicine there. So in the early 1990s, researchers concluded after a clinical trial that this herb is equally effective as paracetamol to treat fever and sore throat in patients with inflammation of pharynx and tonsils. So that's why they have decided to treat COVID with this. Okay. Now apart from it, Valneva SE, which is a French vaccine company, has announced the result from its phase 3 trial of its inactivated COVID-19 vaccine candidate named as VLA2001. So as per the company, the vaccine was as effective as Oxford or AstraZeneca. So this way it is also an inactivated vaccine. Also India's Covaxin is also an inactivated vaccine. Now let's start with today's quiz. Here on the slide you can see 5 questions which have been taken from the past 2-3 days current affairs. Pause the video and try to solve each of these questions, and at the end of the lecture do not forget to share your scores in the comment section. So please be honest and do not cheat with yourself. So that's it for today. I hope you have liked the session. These were the important news and events from today, and we will meet again tomorrow with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, Meenu Jatsana signing off.